Hey everyone, George here. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're featuring this particular tank because there was a ton of updates that I did on this here recently. And this is a tank that I've had around almost 2 years. It's one of the oldest tanks that I have that has continuously looked the same until recently when we did a whole bunch of updates on this tank. So we're going to talk about that and we're going to get into that right now. Hey everyone, George here. Welcome back to the channel. So just to give you an update on this 10-gallon Leland tank here that I've had set up for, actually, this is one of the longest tanks that I've had set up now for probably 2 years. I did do some really much needed rearranging of the scape in here. Totally redid the tank here. So if you're thinking this tank looks familiar, it probably does to a certain extent, but there's been a lot of changes made. Now, I have basically two ram cichlids in here. They're being kind of shy right now. I think they'll come out in a minute here while we're videoing. But basically, I put two German ram cichlids in here. This is a little bit small of a tank for these. It's recommended on any dwarf cichlid like this that you typically would put them in a 15-gallon. But because I do regular water changes about twice a week, 50% of the water, I think that these fish are going to do fine in here. Now, they came out of my quarantine tank about 2 days ago, and I put them in here. I had them in with a bunch of other ram cichlids that I have distributed through the rest of my tanks. And they're doing really well with the Ember Tetras that are in here. Now, I didn't even notice until just a few minutes ago, but there is a thread fin rainbow in here that I have no idea how he got in there, or I know there were rainbows in here at one time, and I had removed every rainbow fish out of this tank. There's one of the cichlids now. But I had moved every one of the thread fins and other rainbows out of this tank quite some time ago, and I just did not even know that this fish existed in here. So what a trooper he is. He has done really well, obviously, and I'm happy that he's alive. I will be trying to net him out of here over the next couple of days, just because I do have a tanks exclusively for the thread fins and other nano-sized rainbows. So I really don't want to leave him in here. Obviously, he's a survivalist, and that's great, but I think he'd probably be happier in the tank that he belongs in. So having said that, I just wanted to give you an update on this tank. Sorry for the reflections here. I was kind of spontaneous about this video and just wanted to get it done and kind of show you the new update on this tank. The little white spots that you're seeing on the wood are snail eggs. They will never hatch. They are not going to be easy to get off the wood either. Is anyone who's dealt with snails in the past, you know that they do lay eggs, and quite frequently those eggs are no way fertile and are going to hatch out, but they are really, really, really hard to get off the surfaces where they're laid. So I don't know what to do with those. I'll probably just leave them for now, but that's just something that happened here recently, and I didn't really notice it until today. When you have so many tanks in your house, you kind of don't remember what was what on tanks. So I apologize if I can't tell you if those have been there for a while or not. I just don't remember ever seeing them before. But anyways, this tank is doing really well. I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to put a little bit of music to this and let it kind of play itself out a little bit as per my signature to doing these kind of tanks. sorry I'm not on video today. Like I said, it was very spontaneous, and trust me, you don't want to see me today. I'm not looking the best, but we really did a good job on rescaping this tank here, putting lots of petite Anubias nana in here. There are some different kinds of ferns, as well as well, I think that's really about it. I didn't put any carpeting plants in here because I sort of wanted this open feeling on this tank, just to see how it goes, and so far I really like it. Anyway, George with the Art of Water here. I hope you will subscribe, hit the like button, and make some comments here if you have. I know there's going to be a lot of comments about these ram cichlids being in here, and people are going to give me grief about that, but trust me, I know what I'm doing. I've done this many times. This is not going to be their permanent home, but for right now, I will leave them in there until I think I have a 20-gallon that's going to be showing up in the mail here that Waterbox is sending me to test, and I believe that they will end up in that tank with perhaps these Ember Tetras, and we will completely turn this tank into something else. But you know, your comments I know are going to be that these fish should not be in this tank because it's too small. But to be honest with you, I'm not too worried about it. As I said, it's really all about water quality and the behavior of the other fish that they're with. So I'm really not worried about it. These German blues are going to do just fine in here. They were actually sold to me not as German blues. So it's kind of interesting. There's another story that goes with that, which I don't have time to go into right now, but we'll get into that in another video. Anyways, George here with the Art of Water. Take care. We'll talk again soon.